have your attention, please welcome TechCrunch Managing Editor, Matt Burns.
Hey everyone, welcome to Startup Battlefield. There's a lot of you out there. To me, this is the best part of the show, and judging by the amount of you out there, I think you agree as well. Since 2008, nearly 1,000 companies have presented in Startup Battlefield. We've held the competition in New York City, San Francisco, London, Berlin, and Africa, South America, and Australia. It's been a fantastic program, and this year we expanded even more. For the first time, TechCrunch invited 200 companies to participate in Startup Battlefield. You're going to see 20 of those over the next 2 days. And then on the final day, of finalists selected from the 4 previous rounds will present one more time to another set of judges. We call these companies the Battlefield 20. On the bottom floor of this show is the Battlefield 200. And those companies are great as well, too, and I would encourage you to go see them as well. Let's go over the ground rules. These companies have 6 minutes to present, and then they're going to get 6 minutes of questions from a panel of judges. The judges are grading these companies based on their potential for impact, and that can be either financially or socially. If the company's going to change the world but not make any money, we want to reward that as well, too. So with that, I think we got to bring out the judges and get this show underway. First up, we have Josephine Chen. Josephine is a partner at Sequoia Capital, and she's on the early stage team at Sequoia, where she works with seed and Series A companies in enterprise software, fintech, and crypto. She worked with companies such as Found, Magic Eden, Benchling, and Enrock. Prior to Sequoia, Josephine worked at Emergence Capital and McKinsey. Next up, we have Kanye Macabella. Kanye is a managing partner at Kindred Ventures, an early-stage venture fund in mission-driven technologies companies at the earliest stages. He focuses his investments and formational work in theme areas such as fintech, health and wellness, e-commerce, supply chain, and climate tech, and has a fantastic shirt on. Next, we have Jordan Nuff. Jordan is a co-founder and managing partner at Tusk Venture Partners LP, and is a member of the firm's investment committee. He has led many of the firm's investments, including Lemonade, Bird, Coinbase, Alma, Sunday, and Wheel. He currently serves on the board of directors of Alma, Sunday, and Wheel. Next, we have Brian Offit. Brian is joined Index in 2018 and focuses on enterprise investments with an emphasis on design. He's particularly interested in the consumerization of enterprise and the use of design to improve the approachability of highly technical products. Before Index, Brian started his career at Palantir Technologies, where he was an engineer and a product manager. Lastly, we have Uli Onavakpora. Uli is a managing partner at Kapoor Capital, an Oakland-based early-stage impact-focused fund. At Kapoor, she focuses on investing in digital health, medtech, people, and operations company. Previously, she served as the director of global programs at Village Capital, a global accelerator program and venture capital firm which supports healthcare, education, agriculture, energy, and fintech. Join me in welcoming him to the stage. Well, the judges are ready, you guys are ready, I'm ready, so let's see the first company. First company comes to us from St. Paul, Minnesota, NxgenPort. Presenting for NxgenPort is co-founder and CEO Kathy Skinner and Mohammed Ali.
Is that the song? "20 years ago, cancer came to my house. We all know someone who's been touched by cancer. For me, it was my father. When my dad was at home in between treatments, there was no way to keep track of changes in his blood cell counts and his vitals. On more than one occasion, he got an infection that landed him in the hospital and delayed his next chemo. Many years later, I led an exercise program for cancer patients. The patients were having the same problems as my dad. 50% of cancer patients undergoing treatment suffer from low white blood cell counts that lead to an infection and a delay in cancer-fighting treatment. Infections lead to unplanned hospitalizations, costing $2.3 billion annually. Did you know that up to 50% of hospitalizations can be avoided with early detection? Imagine the impact we could have on the quality of life of patients if we could detect early signs of infection before they even had symptoms. Plus, save over $1 billion. Current methods of monitoring patients at home are missing critical health information. We created a better way. NextGen Port is the first of its kind implanted smart port that detects early signs of infection by measuring changes in blood cell counts, heart function, and vitals. Used as a standard of care for decades, the chemoport is a delivery tool that fights the cancer by delivering drugs. We've created the next generation of care by adding microelectronics and optical sensors to the port. In between chemo treatments, our software uses machine learning to look for changes in health status before symptoms emerge. Our longitudinal data equips physicians with real-time monitoring of cancer patients at home. We're in a second year of a collaboration agreement with Mayo Clinic, where we meet with a leading oncologist as a product advisor. While the hospital-at-home model is growing, physicians still want to know what's happening to their patients. Our advanced warning alerts physicians to changes in health status so they can take action and deliver life-saving care. So how does NextGen Port work? We measure blood cells as they flow past our optical system in the body. Much like EasyPass captures the images of license plates of cars as they drive through a toll booth. Let's take a look at the demo. We add microelectronics and a battery to the body of the port and thread a fiber optic bundle through the catheter. Let's take a look at the computer output. A blood flow simulator is showing us in real time swine blood cells as they flow past the catheter tip. A trained machine learning algorithm is counting the cells based on their known size and composition. To the physician dashboard. We analyze the longitudinal data and pass the findings on to physicians through an API integrated with their electronic medical records. And then to patients, the healthcare provider can contact the patient before a problem escalates to hospitalization. Let's return to the presentation and the business opportunity. Our forecast shows a $750 million in revenue after 5 years of commercial launch. Current methods fail. To port manufacturers, the typical port is a delivery device. Chemo in, blood out. We've reimagined the existing port as a data tracking and monitoring device. Wearables can't track blood, and they have low levels of patient engagement. Lab tests can measure blood, but require patients to drive to clinic, and they can't measure changes over time in real time. IP-protected, NextGen Port gathers a data package that has no additional burden on the patients. I've worked with cancer patients face-to-face for the last 10 years, and NextGen Port is my third startup in oncology. Dr. Welcher has decades of experience in cancer diagnostics and business leadership. Our inventor, Dr. Ali, leads our product line and our engineering team. Our board has industry leaders in medical device, science, and regulatory affairs. With a line of sight to our market and commercialization, we've submitted several patent applications, verified CPT codes for reimbursement. Based on predicates, we have a clear roadmap to our FDA submission and anticipate a 510(k) for the hardware and the software. We participated in an accelerator called mHub and received investment from key industry leaders like Baxter. And we're recently accepted to United Health Group's Optum Startup Studio. Go-to-market focuses on selling the technology to port manufacturers, and we anticipate commercial launch of NextGen Port in 2025. Announcing the full platform, NextGen Care. While we're passionate about cancer first, we see future opportunities in dialysis, cardiac care, and veterinary care, as well as research and virtual clinical trials. Providing life-saving health information, NextGen Care can alert you to changes in your health before you even have symptoms. And as for me, I like to think that if NextGen Port had been available when cancer came to my house, my dad would be here today.
Thank you very much, Kathy. Judges, let's start with you, Josephine.
Kathy, thank you so much for taking the time today and also being the first one here. I know it's always nerve-wracking. You did an incredible job. I think the potential for NextGenPort to make an impact is huge. And I love the trends that you're coming on, remote patient monitoring, all the rest, the CPT codes. I think my question for you would be, go-to-market tends to be the tough part for so many of these hospital sales, especially med devices. How do you think about kind of the go-to-market motion here? Is there ability for you to retrofit existing ports? Does it have to be a de novo, med device sale? Can you talk about the go-to-market a little?
Those are all wonderful questions, and lots of them, so thank you. Verified that through a third-party assessment that we're looking at a 510K, so not a de novo. We are working with Mayo Clinic, and we really see working with integrated cancer centers like Mayo and others as a first move to market to get early adoption and traction. And then we can sell to port manufacturers because they're looking to diversify and enrich their portfolio and move from being device-driven to data-driven.
Awesome.
Brian?
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. It was a great presentation. The one question I wanted to ask is on the technology side. So you've got these machine learning models that are running on the data. I assume that's running in the application, not in the actual device. Is that correct?
I'll let Mohammed speak to that.
Actually, thank you for your question. It's running on the device, and that decision was taken because the device has to be autonomous. So if there is no connection, it has still to work. So it is running on the device.
And can I ask one follow-up on that? Given it's on the device, can there's been rapid advances in machine learning kind of happening every day. Are you able to push new versions of models to the device to kind of keep things up to date?
Exactly. The platform we used have an OTA, like over-the-air firmware upgrades, including the model.
Thank you.
Kanye?
Thank you for the presentation. You noted that you were hoping to get to $750 million of revenue in, I think, 5 years. You also mentioned that I think it was 2.3 billion of infections per year. That sounds like 25% of the market. How do you get that much distribution that quickly?
Great question. We anticipate strategic partners seeing the value and having infrastructure that will allow us to accelerate. And based on NextGen Care, there's ways to leverage the uniqueness and our patent-pending technology in the optical sensors in other types of devices where patients need to be monitored remotely and collecting that biological data.
Quick clarifying question. Thank you. And does that imply that moving into dialysis and cardiac is going to be part of that revenue expansion?
Yes, we see because we have an opportunity to have a system rather than just a product, but really an integrated system that uses a platform to serve the needs of patients.
Thank you.
This is a great product. 2 questions really quickly. On the healthcare provider side, is there any retraining required in terms of working with the port, or is it kind of standard of care currently for how they use existing ports?
So interventional radiologists are the people that implant the port surgically, and there will be no change in their procedure or workflow.
Okay. And then secondarily, in terms of diagnosis, I know if you catch sepsis early enough, you can treat with medicine. Is it catching the infection early enough that it can be treated with antibiotics, or are you finding in terms of you're trying to catch the infection still, but at the point where you have to change the port? Where are you guys on that spectrum?
And can you repeat, what do you mean by change the port?
do a replacement port. So once a port is, sometimes if it gets infected to such an extreme amount, it has to be cleaned out
Understood.
and replaced. So
And we're actually addressing infection related to neutropenia, which is changes in blood.
okay, so not the actual port.
There isn't as much incidence of port-related infections, but there's a very high incidence of cancer-related infections based on treatment response.
Okay, so it's a blood infection, not a port infection.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Jordan?
So so once again, really appreciate the presentation. With regards to the data that's being collected and the algorithms that are being trained on top of the data, how do you avoid the regulatory scrutiny around the need to push outcomes to doctors in order to make an actual diagnosis instead of it being a medical device?
So we're taking a stepwise approach to the FDA and to our product. So our initial product is going to be looking at trends and changes in blood counts to make and let the physicians make the decisions, because we want to get to market as quickly as possible. But as we progress, we can become software as a medical device and have a diagnostic capacity once we gather more data and more patient feedback and more physician feedback to tighten that up. And then, Mohammed, would you anything about the uniqueness of the technology to get to that place?
Having the ability to be able to count blood cells and differentiate the type of data actually can be pushed to physicians in a form of a dashboard to be able to take these clinical decisions. So that's the infrastructure we are building, and actually the device and the model can be upgraded in future to allow for other applications.
It's great timing with the healthcare interoperability standards coming out, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Give them a round of applause, folks.
Thank you.
I was given a pretty strict warning here that there's a possibility that I'm going to have to vamp for a long time because that's filled with blood. And so if that thing pops, we could be up here. It could be a good show. You guys are looking at me like I'm crazy. Look at Connie. Okay, well, what a way to start off the show. We've been virtual for the last 2 years, and we couldn't do a live demo like that until right now.